Hello everybody and welcome to Board Game Inquisition, where we're interested in games that are not just new but also old and classical. So today we're going to look inside Bruges so I can give you an idea of what's under the hood. So Bruges is designed by Stefan Feld, the man himself. It comes from Z-Man games, but it is currently out of print. And it's a game for 2 to 4 players that's supposed to last about 60 minutes. It's got a really beautiful cover, doesn't it? This is particularly awesome looking. And Bruges looks like kind of a happy and nice place to be. So, inside the box, you get, well, of course we initially have to start with a rulebook, right? Rulebook has the same picture on the cover. Rulebook feels nice and thick. It's definitely not thin, and it is beautiful. I love that there are separate sections for everything you need to do, and these are chosen and highlighted in colours. I like that there are illustrations. It's definitely a thorough rulebook, which I don't mind, but also the fact that they've broken everything up like this will make it easier to find answers should you have questions. It's actually a really gorgeous rulebook, isn't it? It's kind of rather inviting. I like the way they have it laid out. I think it makes it easy to follow. And as you can see, they seem to have plenty of examples and also examples of kind of corner cases as well. Big question always, what's on the back of your rulebook? In this case, it's kind of reminders, which are always helpful, considering there's not much symbology in the game. So, pretty good. Next thing we get is a card with some extra card detail for specific cards in the game. So, you know, it gives you a little bit of extra information for further questions you might have. Big fan of that, and it is double-sided. Yet again in this nice colour. It's really easy to read, by the way. This font is a great font. I don't know if you guys can see it from there. I'll bring it closer. Look at that. That's lovely. It's very, very easy to engage with. I like the fact it also has like a victory point score right on the bottom. You get victory points for reading the thing. Okay, right, next, the board. Board is definitely smaller than I had anticipated it be in Bruges. As you see, Bruges is a beautifully coloured city, isn't it? And there are plenty of features here for, obviously you're going to go and get victory points. So there are victory points that belong here. There's a canal where you can get money and eventually victory points. There are state buildings, and I particularly appreciate the fact that their numbers are around the edge of the board. I hate games where you can't keep track of the score around the board, just my own thing. But it's really beautiful and engaging. It makes Bruges look like kind of a cool place, right? And it's tiny. Tiny, tiny board. Okay, what's next? Okay, this is where it gets exciting. Now, obviously my edition is secondhand. I don't know if you can buy this new anymore. I doubt you can, so you're going to have to put up with how mine is assembled together. So first things first, we'll go with the coins. There's not a lot of coins in Bruges because you don't really need them. That's what I've discovered. I haven't played enough of it yet. Bring them all the way up to you. They're typical standard, you know, cardboardy coins. They're grand. In Bruges you have a tendency to spend all your money, so, you know, you never really run out of those. So there is also a bag of guilders, as they call them in the game, but these in fact are just teeny tiny meeples. Oh, look at them. Teeny tiny meeples. And they're used throughout the game for building houses of the corresponding colours and activating abilities, but they are super teeny and they represent kind of the houses in Bruges. Okay, what's underneath all of this? This is the first part of 2 parts. So, you get a card tray. Woo, look, it's even got Bruges written on the side of it. And inside of it, it says, insert cards this way. Okay, that's good advice. That's good advice. This is one of 2 of these. I'll put it aside for a minute and I'll explain them both when I get to the cards, because obviously they're for holding cards. You get some scoring reminders, which I absolutely love in games because I am terrible at remember things, and also round phases. So you start, so it tells you exactly what you can do in a round, how you score at the end of the game, which is really good, and then also on the back of them, it tells you about these little bad things that can happen to you, so you're reminded what happens. And the final scoring is on the back of the actions. More actions. Did I do that right? Well, oh, there's round phases and actions. That's what I'm wrong, because each card can do multiple actions in this, and this is a reminder of what they are. I love reminder cards. They're my personal favourite, and there's enough for everybody in the entire party, folks. Also, the cards are made of something super, super nice. I want to say linen finish, but I'm never sure what that really means. People talk about linen finish cards, but that could be anything. Okay, so what we've actually done here is we've put the different player colours into a single little bag, so all of their starting stuff was ready together. So we'll just go through the green player. So as each player gets the following. We'll have to be quick because this video is taking forever. So each player gets a larger meeple. So he is the one that stands on the board, and then there's one as well. You get 2 for scoring your victory points. Good. You get 1 of each colour of the teeny tiny Gilder meeples. You start with some cash. It's always a good thing. And you start with these 3 little tokens. That once you reach their goal, you get victory points. So once you build enough canals, or you're the leader in canals and whatnot, you get to use those. So that's everything that's in the starting player bag. There are 4 colours. There are green, red, I want to say yellow. I'll find them in a second. So green, red. Yeah, there's the red, and the other 2 colours. Have we even separated them yet? What are the other colours? Blue and yellow. So yeah, the blue and yellow versions. Yes, they are all in baggies. Okay, so here's the second one of these card organisers. You can see there's 2. When you're playing, you place them side by side like this. We'll go straight to the cards, because the cards are the exciting bit. In case you can't see, that's a lot of cards. Lots and lots of cards. Yet again, they don't love that. I have no idea how they would have come in the original game. If you opened this from sealed or opened it when it first came out, I'd love to know actually what it was like inside. Okay, so this is the most exciting part of the game, obviously the cards. So I want to make sure you can see them good. So, the cards are really pretty. I really like the artwork on them. They're very thick, they're really sturdy, and they're colourful and kind of interesting. Each one of these is a different character that you go and you'll put in Bruges and put to work in your houses and whatnot, and they'll do things for you. They all have special abilities, and they can be used multiple ways, which I think is awesome. I love that there is a huge selection for them. I think that's really important. Like, look how many cards I'm going through here. And what happens during the game is, which you can see on the back of the cards, is that they have their own coloured houses. Let's turn them around this way. So, ooh, red house. So if you want to build a red person, you have to have a red house already there for them to live in. During the game then, your cards sit in these lovely little trays. I think the number obviously depends on who's playing, because the game ends when you run out of cards in these trays, and you draw from them one at a time. So you'll go, I want a yellow guy to build a yellow house, but then you don't know exactly what colour is coming next, so it gives you kind of this random element, which is really awesome. So those are the cards and the card tokens in Bruges. And the last things I think to point out are some of the starter markers and the dice for the game. These are kind of all the setup bits that are left. Okay, so let's start with the starter marker, which looks like this. I'll bring him all the way up. That's the first player marker. He's got his own stand, but we won't assemble him right away. Maybe we will. There we go, he can stand. You also have 4 dice, super basic. Whoops, all wooden, nothing special. I hate the dice in this because they're so important. There are also some statue tokens which are used on the board for, you know, when you win particular things. The next thing to remember is that bad things can happen in Bruges when, you know, high numbered dice are rolled. So then you have these little pieces here to represent those. And, whoa, don't fall. Of course it's going to fall. So, and when you get 3 of any one colour, something bad happens. So, for instance, if you get 3 yellows together in a little pie chart, I'm always convinced there's 4, but there's only 3. So you get them together in a little pie chart, bad things happen. And the pieces for this are nice too. And I like that it's only 3, not 4, although it keeps a lot of pressure on you. And then the final thing we've got to actually get to is these tiny little pieces that go in the canal. Look at them, they're super tiny little blue pieces, and that's so when you pay for a piece of canal on the board, like over here, you cover it up and you get the bonus and you build all your way around. And I do believe that's everything inside of Bruges. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this vaguely entertaining. I know I did. I love seeing what's inside the box. And until next time, I'll be here playing games and maybe unboxing future things. Take care. Bye bye.